What's up, y'all? We are back, episode 18 of the Twins Out of the Park Baseball 24 series. We are here in the 2029 off-season, start of the off-season. And yeah, we have some moves to make. So, disappointed end to the year. We wound up losing it in the ALCS in 6 games to the Red Sox, who eventually wound up going to the World Series and winning it. So that was our first non-World Series appearance in 4 seasons. We'd won the previous 3 World Series. Anyway, we now go to the off season to see if we can get back there. So, she has a ton of movement, but I think these guys are kind of all replaceable. So, we'll go through. I'll be offering qualifying offers to Brooks Lee and Grayson Rodriguez. I presume they'll both decline them, especially Brooks Lee. Grayson Rodriguez, his contract demands are, about 3 years, over 5 years, over $100 million. Way too rich for my blood. And Brooks Lee, an 8-year deal for him, it's pretty crazy. So, I could have got him for a 4-year deal a while ago. Maybe I should have. But also, I think I have guys who I can put in there and provide that production and not hinder us long term to be able to, sign our guys. So, Henriquez is also a free agent. I went in, he was 3 years, 16 mil a year, and he would accept the qualifying offer, it looks like. So I'm not going to do that with him. Cole Henry, pretty reasonable demand here, but he's missed some time the last 2 years, and I think I have some guys that can fill in that starter spot. So he's been good for us, but it's time to move on, I think. So, so Grayson Rodriguez is a free agent because he opted out of his deal. He had a player option. I didn't think there was any way that he would pitch well enough to decline it, but he did pitch really well. So, he winds up hitting free agency a year later. Brandon Shoemake's not a horrible demand, but for our backup infielder, maybe we bring him back, but there's a good chance we don't. And then Jose Trevino, wants a 3-year deal, 36 mil as a 36-year-old declining catcher. The bat's really not there anymore. So when we got him, he was somewhere down here. And, he's declined pretty steadily. So we'll move on to what we've got there. I offered some contracts to pending minor league free agents. Chase Dollander, I'm kind of interested in bringing back just so I can call him up and say my first round pick made the majors. But that's pretty much the plan for the off season here. So I think I'm going to non-tender Connor Phillips. He wasn't bad last year, but he's out of options, and I don't really want to keep him on the roster all year if he struggles. So I looked for a trade for him. There was really nothing out there. I feel bad letting him go because, he was. This is one of our bigger trades we made. We gave Bryce Lewis way back when, and he turned into a productive player. Not like it really matters. Whatever. I'm okay cutting bait here, but Lyon Richardson was really bad for us, and then Velion, who God, I forgot about this guy. I wish I'd never looked at this page because this just makes me so angry how bad he was. He was the centerpiece of the deal, and he was garbage. And it looks like he really hasn't done much. Oh my God, he was so bad. Okay, so before I put my fist to the screen, let's move forward into I don't know. I don't know what I want to do with Phillips because now I'm a little sentimental, and I don't know. I don't want to be sentimental about a freaking video game, but I don't know. I'm gonna come back to this. We'll be back in a second. All right, folks. So we are gonna make our first trade of the off season, and this is kind of a sad one because David Calabrese has been a really nice player for me over the last 4 years, and we got him from the Angels for Lou Varland, who pretty decent pitcher, and then Cole Sands, who's still with the Angels, and Austin Schulfer, also still with the Angels. So and we got a roll Vero with him, looks like. So I got him, and he immediately stepped in my lineup and was a beast. 2 years, but about more than 6 WAR over those 2 seasons, and then the last 2 years hasn't been able to replicate that, and I think it's about time we moved in a different direction. So still a guy with good speed, decent hitter, and we're gonna trade him for this guy Jesus Fabella. There weren't a ton of offers for him, and I guess his value is not really that high anymore. So, this isn't a bad, probably not a catching prospect, but a hitting prospect. Can't play really anywhere in the field besides first base, maybe. He's still short for that, so I don't know. But anyway, our GM doesn't hate it, so maybe I can get a little cash out of it. Try for $1 million. Doubt it. All right, we can probably get $1 million here. So actually, I've been looking to kind of offload some of my outfield depth in the minors, so this is a good opportunity to do it. You could skip ahead to the next timestamp if you don't want to watch me do this, but we just gotta, add someone to this deal. So let's see. I think I'm going with Max Williams, but just if anyone catches my eye here. Yeah, I'll go with Max Williams. We got him for free, and 25 years old, whatever. He's a so-so player. So we get $1 million in cash. I'm not going to try to swindle him anymore or whatever. I think it's a good trade for us. So we will complete that, and so that frees up a roster spot. So a couple different ways I want to approach this. So Brooks Lee will be gone, whatever. Shoemaker will be gone. So that'll leave us with Chase Davis, who has been a monster down in AAA the last 3 years. I want to give him a shot, even if these ratings might not play in the majors. Our scout thinks he might be an average starter, so I'll take that. But it'll be him and Montez, who he's probably ready to come up. He might look a little overmatched, but at this point, I think he could probably make my opening day roster. I'll sign some, or maybe I'll go into my minor league. I got some guys down here I like. I like Steve Driver, nice player. RJ Mayer, the 80 outfield range, pretty crazy, even if you can't hit. So I think we have some outfield depth here that we can go to if we need that, or if we need a backup to start the year or something. I think we got guys for that. And this is kind of what I'm thinking for the next year's lineup. So that'll put Palencia either at second or third. And then Schreier will take the other spot. Rivera will mix in as well. Luis Ravello. Something like glove first guy. Maybe Tommy White will get some time over there. Or we can put Tommy White at first, put DeMartini at second, and Palencia over at third. We have some options in the infield here, so I like having that. Of course, Buxton's bound to get hurt and miss 60 games at some point. So, we'll have, Montez can mix in there. Chase Davis can, you get what I'm saying. I think we got some options that on this team. The pitching's a little, we're kind of, we're not shallow with pitching depth, but we're actually not at all. Quite the opposite, I'd actually say. So we're going to lose these 4 guys. Clear that up. Okay, so we're going to miss these 4 guys this season. So that'll, our rotation, we really only have 2 starters. Okay, so Carr will be back at some point. He'll be he's going to be who knows when he'll be back. So it says 5 months. Shoulder inflammation, you can't really rush the shoulders back because these guys will get destroyed in their ratings. So it'll look something like this, our rotation. I think I'm going to rock with either Estrada or Song. I hate giving this guy freaking unlimited opportunities to crack my rotation, but this is just how it's been the last 3 years. I think he's finally out of options. Yeah, so we either got to trade him or he'll stick with the team the whole year, assuming he isn't claimed on, or maybe we waive him, whatever. But he should be a good pitcher. I don't know why he can't put it together and be decent. He's been good in the minors, so I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of I'm gonna give him one more chance this year. I think we'll bring him back for 6 mil, and then it'll be him or Estrada in the rotation. I like Estrada, but he's probably a 3 pitch guy. The fastball and cutter are a little redundant in his mix, and the curveball isn't exactly wipeout. So I don't know. We'll figure that out when we get there. And then we got options like Teddy McGraw, who could crack the rotation as well. Brent Hedrick, not a bad fill-in guy. Is he out of option? Okay, he has one more option here. That's good. And then we have a bunch of middle relievers pretty much. I would love to sign a closer because I don't want to give the closer job to Liendo at this point because, he's not even in arbitration yet. And if I start giving him saves, he's going to cost a shit ton of money when he eventually hits arbitration. So I might target a high-end closer this offseason because we really haven't dumped a ton of money. We have a bunch of money to spend, 42 mil. I do plan on increasing this as well. Get our development budgets back to where they were previously. We're 14th in budget. I hope we get an increase this season. Again, let me boost my ticket prices again. So I really haven't gone over any of the goals or anything, but our owner isn't too particular at this point. 74 years old. Maybe he, sells the team at some point in the future, or maybe he croaks, and we get a new owner. But anyway, very long tangent there. Maybe this will be a longer, free-form episode here. So, farm system's not in horrible shape. We're 16th. We've graduated some guys in recent years. We still got Sodden down there in the minors. Way down. We'll see if he develops. Estrada didn't get too much time, but he's still a prospect. Montez obviously down there. I can't believe he's ranked 86. This is a really good player. I don't understand that, but whatever. Glazebrook still down in rookie ball. I hope he's able to. I'll probably start him in A ball. His ratings are pretty well developed besides the control. So I think he can handle A-ball at this point. Jack Rucker could get some time in the majors at some point this year. Let me go ahead and put him in Triple-A. He'll start the year there. Could even crack the roster if he's good enough. Rafael Cruz, I just re-signed him on a minor league deal. He's crushed Triple-A the last 2 years. And I might add my 40-man. He is a little redundant with... the heck's his name? Tommy White? Tommy White. Got it right that time. He's a little redundant, but we'll see how the 40-man looks after we go through all this crap and, figure this out. So we'll be back probably at that point. All right, really quickly, let's go through what happened with awards. I won't give away the MVP yet, but no Gold Gloves for us. But we did have a couple Silver Sluggers. DiMartini at first, Plencia at second, obviously. I mean, those two are locks for that every year, it seems. Manuel Rodriguez in left was our third guy. And then Jose Miranda, funny enough. I kind of forgot about him after we traded him, but he's been really good in 2 of the last 3 years for Toronto. So, a little inconsistent, just like he was with us. He had the really good first couple of years. I guess the first year wasn't with us, but whatever. He was good. And then, he's very inconsistent, but he won Silver Slugger this year at DH. So, cool stuff. This guy, Noah Franco, we'll get to him. We'll get back to him in a second, but absolutely ridiculous season. So he's kind of a two-way player, too, which is pretty sick. But Mike Wolf finishes 4th. Doesn't get nearly as much love as I thought he would. But I guess there were a couple good rookies. I think he probably should have finished ahead of him, and I don't know. It's tough to compare a pitcher to a hitter because Mike Wolf only played 31 games. So anyway, our manager won Manager of the Year again. I think that's 4 straight years maybe. Nola wins unanimous Cy Young, as expected. He was terrific once again. And no one else from Mike Wolf, sorry, finishes 4th, which I don't know how you finish fourth in Cy Young and like finish fourth in Rookie of the Year, but whatever. I guess that's cool. And then Noah Franco wins unanimous MVP. DiMartini and Palencia second and third, and then Emmanuel Rodriguez fifth. But just this dude's freaking ridiculous. Yeah, so he wins Rookie of the Year and MVP. You know, the Aaron Judge probably should have gone, but yeah, 13th overall pick in the 2025 draft by the Rangers, and you know that looks pretty good. Let's see, what did he? See, he played in rookie ball, dominated. Sent him back to rookie ball. Looks like he barely played, and then A to Double A to MLB last year, and then yeah, destroyed the league this year. So you know, that's cool stuff. But yeah, we'll get back probably when free agents file here. So I'm gonna roll the rest of the episode up webcam, just because it wasn't working. So I think this free agent class is pretty stacked because these are the guys that debuted in 2023. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. There are a ton of nice players like Marco Luciano, James Wood, Evan Carter, who's kind of terrorized the save, I think. Or at least I've seen him around a ton on awards and stuff. So of course our guy Brooks Lee. This guy, Kyle Manzardo, looks like he made it up with Tampa Bay and has been a good player. Yeah, there's a lot of good free agents, mostly on the hitting side. There is this guy, Xing Ta, out of a Taiwanese starter. You know, side armor. This reminds me a ton of Song over here, but probably a better player, I would hope, because he's asking for almost 30 mil a year. You know, pretty similar players, honestly, the side armor. But I have made one offer so far to Andres Munoz. I mentioned how I want an actual closer, a guy that is making money, so I don't have to worry about him racking up saves and stuff. So Munoz kind of the best guy out here. You know, this Duvall is a nice player, but of course the game sees him as a starter, so he's asking for $27 million a year, so not going to happen. Same story with Alex Lang. Same story with our guy Henriquez. You know, I would love to bring him back, but you know, not for 17 mil over 4 years. That's it's a steep price to pay for a guy. So I will plan on signing Munoz. That pushes. You know, this bullpen is going to look pretty good once again. So. You know, we'll have Coleman, Petty, Carrasco as our three, you know, returning fellas out here. You know, maybe Estrada as well, but, you know, I'll plan on having those three. And like Carlos De Los Santos is going to mix in. Baldrus is going to mix in. Novas, Pena, Teddy McGraw, and Hedrick. You know, I don't know what I'm going to do with him, but he'll stick around for now in the 40-man. Then we also have John Lash down here, who I want to get some time. Definitely a candidate to make the opening day roster. So yeah, I think we have some good pitching depth, especially in the pen. You know, the rotation's going to figure itself out, but I trust all of these guys to be pretty good. So there we go. We will move ahead to the next step in the free agent or the offseason here. All right, so a couple of things to update on. So we can go to the offseason center and check out where everyone signed. First big signing was Marcelo Mayer going back to Boston on a 8-year, 26 per year, 26 million per year. This guy Ta wound up going to the Yankees on a 4-year deal, about 26 a year. James Wood on an 8-year contract to Milwaukee. So it looks like they're going to have. I mean, I assume they still have the. What the heck? Okay. Christian Yelich must have retired or something because that deal, I don't think it was up yet, but they signed him to replace him, basically, that contract. So, interesting choice. Evan Carter is San Diego on a 4-year deal. And then we did wind up signing Andres Munoz to that 1 year, 15 per. Camille Doval goes to Toronto on a 5-year, 23 mil per year contract. This guy Nick Vespi goes to Boston on a 2-year, 19 per. Brooks Lee, sad to see him go, but he goes to Washington on a 7-year deal, getting the bag, 24 mil per year. Wild. I'm glad he was able to turn in that contract in this fictional world. And Mick Abel on a 3-year deal to Houston. So Luciano and old friend Grayson Rodriguez are still unsigned as the top 2 guys. So chug along and see if anything happens here. Contract or a trade offer here for Karen Shack. Not really too interested. Also, sorry, completely forgot about this. I signed one of our relievers to an extension. So Noah Dean, we signed to a 3-year extension starting after this season. 15 mil for 3 years, team option on the 3rd year. My thinking behind this is he is one of, he was going to be one of 3 big free agents, Munoz, Buxton, and himself. We had a ton of money to spend kind of these 2 years, compared to the 2 years after. So I figured, let's throw some money at, our best reliever. So that's been Noah Dean, and we lock him up. So we'll have him and Munoz making about 30 mil. Well, actually, the Munoz thing won't overlap with Dean, so that works out well. And yeah, I don't think it really hurts us long term because, after next season, we don't have too many free agents. Not this season coming up, but the season after. There's only Coleman and Rodriguez, so we'll figure that out when we get there. But I don't think the Dean thing really hampers our ability to do anything the next 2 years. So that was the thinking behind that. But we do extend him, so we'll be back. All right, quick little update. Ronnie Henriquez goes to the Rangers on a 3-year, $39 million deal. If he was that cheap, I might have made an effort to sign him, but I mean, whatever. I hope he succeeds there. I think we have a good enough bullpen to not have to do that to a guy who kind of had a rough year last year, and I don't know, kind of a little sad. Maybe I would have signed him if I knew that was the case, but we'll keep moving forward. Okay, so our free agents continue to make a ton of money. So Grayson Rodriguez turns a 1-year, $12 million deal into a 5-year, $92 million deal with the Angels. AAV around $18 million a year. So really good for him. Then Cole Henry winds up only turning in a 1-year, $6.4 million deal. I think he'll have a good year. His ratings are still good, but maybe I would have signed him if I knew that was the case, but whatever. I'm not too upset with that. And Marco Luciano winds up signing with the Mariners, if you're curious, on a 7-year, about $30 million a year, I think it comes out to. More than 30 mil, like 32 million, maybe. Something like that. So he cashes in big time. We'll keep charging forward. All right, so one small change I'm going to make to the game settings. I've been thinking about it, and I think I want to change. I think this was at, the ratings was at 30, and the current stats was at 50, so I changed these both to 40, and we'll see how that plays. So just to change things up a little bit, I'm also going to turn up the trade difficulty 2 notches toward hard, and try that out as well. So a little update on that, and we continue through the offseason. Nothing really crazy planned here. I think the team's in good shape. I like our competitions, like in the infield, with like some combination of Vera, Schreier, White, and then having the 5th starter spot kind of be between like, Teddy McGraw, Estrada, and Song out there. So we'll sim up to probably like the end of spring training up to opening day, I would say. I don't think there's too much else to be done. Okay, so small update on our owner. He boosted up our, I don't know if this is boosted or not, but we had $262 million Looks like that may be a little up, but overall not too much of a change. So we're still working with about the same salary, or the same salary limit as previous. So all right, we will sim up a couple days to the next checkpoint and get back. All right, folks, we are here at opening day in 2030, and a couple injuries to report. One, I guess, to Teddy McGraw, who was going to fight for a rotation spot, but tears his flexor tendon in his elbow. So he'll miss the entire season. Unfortunate for him, you know. I'm not going to say it was his last chance, but, you know, it was like, it was his best chance to crack the rotation. So now we go to a sort of makeshift one for the time being. Well, not really, but, you know, only two of these guys are in my rotation last season, with Carr out for 2 more weeks still. Also, Correa goes out with a bruised elbow. He just, you know, minimal throwing. He's older, whatever. I'm not going to, like, force him to be out there right now. So, Aurora will get the start at shortstop on opening day. Cody Schreier will be over at third. And surprise, Owen Pena winds up making the team. He was projected on my 40-man. You know, lefty, it's cool to have in the infield. And, you know, he could play pretty much everywhere. I wouldn't really want him at shortstop, but he could do it. And the bat's pretty nice. So we'll give him his first days of action. He'll get in there quite a bit, hopefully, while Correa's out. And, you know, he'll probably go back down when he's back. But, you know, at least a week or two, he'll be in the lineup. Chase Davis makes the team. Pretty rough spring, but, you know, he's 28 years old. I want to give this dude a chance at some point. Tommy White makes the team as well. Another guy I just want to give a shot to. He had a good spring, though, so, you know, not really as concerned about that. Lamar King and Ryder Helfrich both had pretty difficult go at it during spring training, but this is the duo we're running with to start the year, so we'll do what we can with that. You know, the first two in the rotation, Nola Wolf, we're good at that. Gismondi, who spent a lot of time in the pen last year, he was going to, like, compete for a 4 or 5 spot. He now gets pushed up to my 3 spot in the rotation. And then Song and Alvarado, who are going to fight for the 5 spot, wind up, you know, in the 4 and 5 spot. So, I mean, they both had nice springs, so I'm not, like, upset with it. But also John Lash, who, you know, I was just going to bring out of the bullpen. Once Teddy McGraw went down, I put him in the rotation for 2 starts, and he was unstoppable. So I'm not going to put him in the rotation just yet. You know, his stamina is not really there, but he's going to feature out of the bullpen and start the year, despite no major league experience. So he cracks the roster along with, you know, Carrasco Novas, who has no options. So, and had a decent spring, so we'll keep him on for now. Then, you know, mainstays like Chase Petty, Carson Coleman, and then, you know, D. Leandro Munoz. We kind of discussed that in the offseason. They'll be the back end. So, tomorrow is opening day, and we will hop right into it. And we will face Shohei Ohtani and the Tampa Bay Rays. That's an interesting spot for him. I think he was with the team last year. I saw him in the trade block, but I'm guessing no trade is imminent at the moment. I'll have to go through my minor league systems as well because none of that's really set up. But I just want to go to opening day here, Don, and wrap up the episode here. So, expectations, we should win it all this year. I agree. Even if our team might be a little bit worse, we still have those expectations. So, let's go to the predictions, see what they think. They think we're supposed to finish 90-72, so a huge step back, allegedly. And our offense is no longer the best in the league. We're like, I don't know, 3rd best. And our pitching is no longer the best. Looks like the Blue Jays taking a big step forward this year. Oh, this dude looks sick. Kevin Grissett. Took him with the 7th pick last year. He's jumping straight from A-ball to the majors this year. And he's their opening day starter. You know, Alek Manoah is still kicking it after his 258 inning performance in 2028. insane. And they're the ones who signed Camilo Duvall to that ridiculous contract. That's fun. Wow, the rotation is sick. Wow. Holy crap. Okay, well I can see that why they beat us in pitching. And they have old friend Jose Miranda. Vlad Guerrero looks like he's playing from third base. I don't know why you wouldn't put Miranda there, but okay. And their lineup looks stacked too. So pretty wild team here, man. This is last year it was the Sox, the Red Sox who beat us in the ALCS, but it looks like it could be the Blue Jays, pushing us for the crown this year. So the Sox, they look pretty good. Looks like they signed Pablo Lopez, this offseason. They did re-sign Marcelo Mayer to a massive deal, and they're batting him ninth. That's interesting. And the rest of their team looks pretty similar to last year. But anyway, not about them, it's about us. So let's do opening day. Aaron Nola on the bump once again. And we lose 4-2. So I don't remember the last time we lost an opening day. Old friend Mason Hour now leading off for the Rays and had a nice season last year. 3.6 WAR. I say this about all these guys, but again, I kind of I could see it happening at the time. I wonder if Byron Churio, he did not make it up for them. It's disappointing. Otani pitches well, and looks like Nola was good, and then Munoz blows the save and the game. So not all bad though. Lamar King had a couple of hits. DeMartini had 3 hits. We had 9 as a team and only 2 runs. So that'll do it for this episode. This is episode 17 of the Adler Park Baseball 24 Minnesota Twins playthrough. And we'll kick off the 2030 season next time, and go to the midseason like we usually do. So thank you for watching. We will see you next time. Goodbye.